Hello, everybody. This is a Rich Cespedes, and I just wanted to talk about something but just a little thing that I wanted to just share with you, and that is with a character named Pee Wee Herman. Someone that's the character is very near and dear to my heart, and just want to share some thoughts on it and my feelings on it, on the character that Paul Reubens made. And back in the day, Pee Wee Herman was like a big thing back in the 80s and even in a little bit of the 90s. Peter Herman was a big character, big important character, and a big important part of my life was that character, Pee Wee Herman. Um, he affected me immensely as a child, and just like everybody that was born in 1983, or born in the and even the adults, the parents of the children. The character captivated everybody, and you can't really say that a lot with the people and the actors nowadays. Peter Herman was a very special type of character that Paul Reubens made. Probably the most significant character of all of probably of the 20th century. I think one of the significant characters, I would say, but for me the most. But like, I think that in the 80s he was really big, and I think that the reason why, to speculate, the reason why he was so big was because um, Pee Wee Herman's character on the Pee Wee Herman show was in the origins, when he would perform on stage and things like that. It was the comedy was geared toward mature audiences, and he did that for a while until he said, in an interview he said that someone stepped up to him and told him he wanted to make a show out of it, and he said yes, and he found out that by doing some tests with some kids in the crowd that it worked pretty good, and the kids liked it. And I think that one of the reasons why uh, Pee Wee's Playhouse, the show, exploded and it did so well was because it had an edge to it. It had something, a different angle to it, and that angle was because it came from mature comedy origins. Because it came from mature jokes and things like that, and then it translated and morphed into a kids show, and so it had the residual, adult humor, but it was mixed perfectly with the children elements and everything. And so because it had that, it had an edge, and it had something to it, a different energy that connected well with all ages of everybody, the adults that knew about the origins of the mature comedy, and the children, you know, and all that was just mixed well. And of course, on the show, he balanced everything out perfectly. He had the humor for the kids, and the teach them right from wrong and things like that. But the residual origins of where it was from was still there, and that's what gave it the boost and gave it just an edge, and just captivated the whole U.S. The adults loved it because of that, the origins, and the children loved it because I think they subconsciously kind of knew a little bit, and it kind of had just like an edge to it. I can't pick a better word, a different energy, and it just captivated everybody. And Peter Herman was someone that now that I think about it at an older age, I can honestly say that Peter Herman, looking back on it, was probably is probably going to be remembered as the coolest character, live action character that was ever made, probably in the 80s. Like, there was lots of actors and lots of movie actors and lots of uh, um, music artists that had great style, had a good look to them, and everybody loved them, like Michael Jackson and all that stuff. Yeah, yeah, but But in terms of like, you know, a little bit below Michael, um, Paul Reubens' character Pee Wee Herman was just something else. It was just something else that just stuck, and that it'll stand the test of time. Because even as a kid, I loved Pee Wee Herman's style and his look. It was just so sharp and so clean. You know, his white shoes that I just found out were like white penny loafers. His military clothing style. You know, the clean cut look of Pee Wee Herman was just so cool. And you know, his mannerisms and his energy was just something that was just, it was just like so perfect. It was so perfect that it just captivated everybody, and the character was so magnificent. You know, like it was like with Pee Wee Herman. His look was almost like a finely tuned instrument, like just perfectly tuned and just beautiful. It was just beautiful. It was just perfect, and and it was just something about it that just, you know, like Peter Herman's character is just something that stands out from all the other characters, even Elvira and all the other ones. It just stands out more, and it just has something to it that's just gonna stand the test of time. And to add to that, Peter Herman's character was almost like, you know, I would have to say that with all the other actors, the white actors and Mexican actors, Peter Herman's character was the one that transcended and captivated races in America, Mexican, black, and white. And that's very, very rare, because I see a lot of African Americans, you know, on YouTube doing the, not a lot of them, but like a few of them upload videos of doing the tequila dance. And it's like he captivated everybody. And like I would dare say that Peter Herman was like, he was he was so cool that he was black. You know, that Peter Herman was so cool that he was like black. Because he just had that funk. He had that the energy. It was just a bullet that just shot right through and just got everybody. And it had like love in it, and it had like just something more in it, that with all the characters and all the actors of the 80s, when it's all said and done, when it all just kind of sits and you filter it all out, Peter Herman's gonna be the one that's gonna the most remembered character, and possibly one of the most remembered characters of the 20th century. You know, because of the look, the style, the energy, the just everything that Peter Herman embodies. And Paul Reubens, Peter Herman character, he was just such like Peter Herman was like a rock star. You know, he was just so big, he was like a rock star. And like, not to make the video too long, but and the other thing too is that about you know, the things that happened with Paul Reubens being caught in that theater watching pornography and things like that. Like I think that that's not really who Paul Reubens was. I think that what it was he was just riding the tide. He was just going with it, and he was just having fun. He just wanted to just do something crazy, you know, because he said that no one knew who the actor of Peter Herman was, how he really looked. So he was able to be incognito in his real form. You know, he was able to be incognito, just being himself, out of the costume of Peter Herman. So he wanted to just have fun, just do something wild, just spontaneous, and ride the tide, ride the wave of fame, and just go out there and just do something crazy, like be in a pornography theater, watching pornography. You know, I don't think that was really who Paul Reubens was, but it was just, and it was just the wrong moment at the wrong time, and he got caught. But I think that he isn't Paul Reubens isn't inherently bad, but he was just a rock star, and he was just having fun and just being crazy, just doing what he was on top of the world. You know, the Peter Herman character was on top of the world, and Peter Herman will always be one of my favorite characters of all time as a child. No one else I can think of right now, besides, you know, Bill Murray and Ghostbusters and Michael Jackson. Peter Herman will be the one that'll be the best of all of the 20th century characters that I grew up with. And there was a moment when I was a kid, one special moment. Just end the video. My mom rented a video of Pee Wee Herman and this was in the 90s when they had it at a Showtime Video Blockbuster. I watched the video of Pee Wee Herman, and I laughed so hard that I cried. That I cried as a child. That I laughed so hard that I cried. And I can't remember that happening that much that many times. And that was just the intro of the show. You know how he's bouncing around and they're singing the song and everything, and he's laughing. That intro was just so great, and it was just so moving that it was just magnificent. It was beautiful. And this is Rich Cespedes, and just wanted to share their thoughts about Pee Wee Herman. One of my idols as a kid. He was like my hero. And thank you guys for watching. Just want to share that with you. God bless.